welcome and bonjour to those who've just joined us. We are in a firework of pitches around circular economy solutions and ideas, and we are just seconds away from introducing the next speakers and people to pitch. And next up would be Lucas Yasunias of Ecorbio, who built sustainable biopolyols via chemical upcycling of biomass from byproducts and waste. Lucas, you can explain it much better than I do, so the stage is yours.
Thanks so much, Matthias. Good morning, everyone. As introduced, my name is Lucas, and I'm the founder of Ecorbio, a clean tech startup based in Cyprus. So we're all gathered today in a joint effort for the climate. We all know the issues of producing materials as we have until now, so I'm going to try to explain a bit about how we go about producing truly sustainable biochemicals to replace the conventional used ones. And I'd like to do that through a short story on polyurethane. But you might be thinking, what is polyurethane? So I'm just going to give us a couple of seconds to try and remember when was the last time we think we've encountered this material. As some of you might have realized, it was a trick question. Polyurethane surrounds us every single day. It's in our buildings, in our bedroom, in our furniture, in our cars, in our everyday objects. And it shares many of the issues as with other plastics upstream. Its ingredients are still largely fossil-derived. The new upcoming biochemicals still often compete with food and feed, and of course they're much more expensive and typically shipped all over the world. So at Ecorbio, we've been developing a patent-pending technology to produce truly sustainable biopolyols, which is a key ingredient in producing polyurethane. So right now we're able to produce right here in Europe, cost competitively and of course way more sustainably than commercial analogs. And throughout the last couple of years, we've been taking the technology from lab scale all the way to a 1-ton pilot facility in Cyprus, building on many years of research. This allows us, through 1 day of production, offset or prevent the emission of 3 tons of CO2, which is like flying from Paris to Rio and back every single day that we would produce. So obviously the market is huge. Just globally, polyols is a 35+ billion market growing every year. 10% of that is already more sustainable biopolyols, so we're targeting that segment. And by the end of the decade, we want to produce 50,000 tons of the product, obviously preventing the emission of many, many tons of CO2, but also generating a fair bit of cash in return. Our team is well-oiled. We're experts in engineering and business, but obviously we want to grow to make sure we're more diverse, we're more inclusive to make those better decisions and take this technology forward. But of course, to do that, to enter the market and challenge the status quo, we need investment. We need 500K to enter the market at low production volumes, so around 500 tons per year, and of course, to upgrade our facilities and really challenge the system. So I'm excited. The team is ready to redefine waste, to challenge the status quo. I hope you are too. I'd invite you to join me later in the co-founding and collaborating space. And yeah, thanks so much for being here. I know we're all ready to have and make the change now. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Lucas. Awesome. Let's all hope those 10% of biopolyols get to 100 quickly and that you capture a lot of that market share in the future. Next up is Sabrine Chenaoui from Tunisia with Monsapo, a natural cleaning products company that produces those from waste, and she's got some exciting updates to her venture to share with us today. Sabrine, the stage is yours.
So, hello everyone. I'm Sabrine. I'm the CEO and co-founder of monsapo, a green tech startup that aims to disrupt the cleaning industry. Did you know that 90% of 209 million tons of used cooking oil will end up in the water? This is what water contaminations looks like, knowing that a single liter of used cooking oil is polluting 10 million liters of water, a real environmental disaster. At monsapo, we are solving this problem, but also the health and the environmental problems that are caused by petrochemical detergents, by producing the first modular plant for natural cleaning product that uses used cooking oil and wood ashes as raw material. We will be using technology like digital twin manufacturing, IoT, and machine learning in order to optimize and automate our processes. Based on the circular economy model, our oil and wood ashes suppliers will also be our customers, like hotels, restaurants, and guest houses. The remaining quantities will be sold to consumers. This is how we do it. We begin by collecting the waste through our ZIT app that is connected to our oil container sensors. Then we purify the waste, we blend it with natural agents to produce natural cleaning products that are already tested in laboratory. And our patent pending solution is better than the majorities of solutions that are sold out there that can be hardly scalable, expensive, or with harmful ingredients for the health and the environments. Till now, we have validated the market for our actual range. We have secured 600 clients on our e-commerce platform. We brought up 25 distribution partners, and we have raised a pre-seed round of 50K euros. Our business model is transactional or subscription-based for our finished products, whether on our platform or our distribution partners. For our modular plant, we are aiming to sell it or franchise it and get 7% royalties on each sale. Our ambition is to grow rapidly through scaling our technology. By doing this plan, we are now validating our pilot plan, accelerating the sales of the whole range, validating and patenting of the technical drawing, and then raise funds to accelerate our growth and install our first modular plant with the ambitious goal to reach 200K euros by the end of 2024. We are a team of more than 30 years of experience in the soap industry, green chemistry, industrial engineering, business, and marketing. So we are asking for a bridge round of 150K euros in order for us to implement our technology to cover the cost of the marketing and operation and R&D. And the impact is at the core of everything we do. With only 10 modular plants sold, we can prevent 25K CO2 from entering the environment, which is equivalent as driving a car 3,500 times around the world. So join us in our green and clean revolution. Monsapo, the choice of the future for nature and mankind. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sabrine. Well done, and very clear. So next up on stage would be Marie-Claire Kuja. I think she's not here yet, so we might move her towards the end, which means that we have Lisette Cordero from Ecolana, an app to scan products for info regarding their material and how and where to recycle those. The stage is yours, and your 3 minutes begin now. Thank you.
Have you ever wanted to recycle but don't know where to recycle? Ecolana, as a consumer, we have a lot of plastics that we use in our daily basis, and we don't know where to recycle. So the consumer is very confused, and they don't know how to recycle. We are all consumers, and all we generate waste. So in Mexico, we created this map where you can recycle more than 60 types of materials that come from plastic, fibers, and different materials that you can recycle. How is Ecolana working? We connect all the stakeholders in the value chain. We connect the consumer with brands, as Nestlé, Coca-Cola, Tetra Pak, Costco, Walmart, but we also connect the consumers with the collection centers. These are these players that are formal and informal in Mexico, and they collect more than the 50% that is recycling in Latin America. And also, we connect with the recycling plants. We connect all the consumers. We have more than 500,000 visits in our map. We have more than 5,000 collection centers, and we have more than 30 CPGs that work with us. So this is our impact. We have more than 500,000 searches for recycling. We have more than 90,000 downloads in our app. So you can scan the barcode of any product. I will tell you what type of plastic it is and where to recycle. You can visit us all in the booth, and we can show you how it functions. And we also have more than 30,000 products scanned by the consumer. So this is something that the consumer is uploading. We have the biggest collection centers database, and we have recycled more than 25,000 tons in Mexico. What's our next steps? We want to recycle more than 100,000 tons to reach more than 1 million users. And we want to go to other countries in Latin America because we think the same system that we're creating in Mexico, we can use it in other countries of Latin America. And thank you. And visit us in the booth of Circular Economy. We are there and we can show you how the application can use it. And download our app, that is Ecolana app in App Store and Play Store. Thank you.
Wow, okay, bonus points for doing it in 2.5 minutes.
Yes, thank you.
It's very good. Just a quick reminder for the people to pitch to please stay in the circle because the camera is right in front of you. But that's all good. Okay, next up is Ananta Vangmai from Revive. Stage is
Bonjour,
yours.
Paris. Good morning. I'm Ananta, and I'm the CEO of Revive. And yeah, you got the wrong presentation. Damn. Okay, I'll not give out the presentation. When I start my pitch, I often show a picture of what our current status looks like. There's a man looking at two sides, two forks, one's towards economic growth, the other one towards sustainable development. And that's what I feel like I was at last year when I was on an island in the middle of the Andamans. I had a great life, I was diving, I was working at a dive resort, and I was also doing a sustainability project to improve island economies and make that one island economy in India greener and more sustainable. Now, the person I was writing the book for was a very important dignitary in politics. And no matter how much we explained that waste management, carbon emissions, people need a future, all the policies that you choose have to be aiming at 10 years or 20 years of the future, he always told me, what would I do if my people do not have hospitals, schools, and they want their next iPhone? How am I going to satisfy their needs? So 5 years in the sustainable development space, I realized that, okay, policies are not just going to work. We need to find greener and cleaner solutions to the current crises that we have. Now, everybody in Europe wants to see Europe switch to renewable energy. And what do we need when the wind isn't blowing and the sun isn't shining? We need batteries, right? And batteries are one of the products from the most polluting industry in the world, which is energy. Now, if all the companies, all the houses, all the industries turn to renewable, how many batteries will we need? A lot. And if these batteries were to last only 5 years, that's a lot of batteries recycled. About millions of tons of lead melted, recycled, carbon emissions, and, well, basically exacerbating the problem that we have today. So we are Revive, and we regenerate lead batteries. Our solution uses an algorithm that makes current regeneration practices 3 times more efficient, which means that our machines are smaller than what the industry uses. We are faster, and we can go anywhere in the world. We've gone from the Himalayas at plus 3,000 meters, minus 15 degrees centigrade, to sub-Saharan Africa at 50 degrees centigrade. We've regenerated 10,500 batteries in India and Africa with companies like General Electric, Tata Power, the Indian Army, and a telecom company called IHS. We validated our technology with almost all sectors that use lead batteries, but we found that telecom companies and data centers are our best match. Now, we're incorporated in the Netherlands, and we're looking to set up our first workshop. We're asking for 750,000 euros in funding. We've currently got 2 investors soft-circled, 1 strategic partner. We've got 1 operations head.
Just giving you 20 extra seconds because of the slides, but last sentence.
And yeah, I mean, we want to regenerate the planet, save the planet 1 battery at a time. I'm really sorry about this. It was a really great slide, but never mind. You can ask me questions
All
later.
good. Thank you so much. You were like a rapper that goes a cappella if the beat doesn't play, so very well done. More difficult circumstances, but still very well done, and such an important venture. Okay, just like last time, I would now like to ask all the people and entrepreneurs who pitched in this round to come up and join me on stage for a bit of Q&A. So for you, it's right up back again and join me over here. Welcome back. Same procedure as last time. We have about 8 to 9 minutes for a Q&A, and I would start with the gentleman to my left who
Okay.
didn't get to ask his question in the
Yes,
first round.
Thank you very much. Question from monsapo. Two questions. It wasn't clear, is that all your A products are only made with your oil or other products? And second question, do you have think about, for example, if you're working for McDonald's, is to ask them, to propose them to use this oil for you through your cleaning products, that you could clean the restaurants with your products used from old oil?
Thank you very much for your question. To respond for the first question, not all of our products are made for oil. Actually, we come up with a first range of products that didn't need a lot of investment that I'm doing at home, like I'm selling caustic soda, etc., just to prove that the market existed in Tunisia, because we're the first brand actually selling this kind of products in Tunisia. So it was really hard for us to prove our market and prove that the market existed. So we started with this range to gain the confidence of the investors that they invest in the other project that is demanding more investment. For your second question, actually, we have our business angels, from which we are closing the deal shortly. He's having an informatic, an IT company, but his client is McDonald's actually, and the Accord chain and the KFC. So we're into a co-creation mechanism to be able to sell actually the modular plant to McDonald's, to hotel chains, and to KFC chains also. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Go with you, and then with you.
Thank you very much. I have a question for Ecolana. I was wondering, what is your business model? How do you make revenues?
Yeah, we charge the CPGs as Nestlé and all the brands. Then we create all the ecosystem of recycling, and they pay for that services. We have 3 services. One is consulting. The second one is connect collection centers with recycling plants. Like, we convince this collection center to collect the material that they need. And the other one is communication in our application. So we have 3 services for revenue.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Mm-hmm.
I had the same question for Ecolana, but also just a little bit further in terms of the the multiple uses.
We can hear you well.
Okay, you can hear me perfect. It's cutting in my ears.
Just the mic a little close to the mouth.
In terms of the downloads, you said you had 90,000 people that downloaded. How many times are people actually coming back? Can you just talk a little bit about this huge number of users? Are they coming back? Do they need to come back second or third times if they already know where the recycling plants are?
Yes, because also you can upload all the tickets that you bought. Sorry. You can also upload the tickets when you go to a store. You can upload your tickets and know where to recycle. And of course, but also we upload different campaigns with the brands, and you can win different types of. So the map, like, maybe where's the nearest collection center, but also the app will help you to gain. For example, we are partnering with Amazon in Mexico, so you can also gain coupons of Amazon if you go to recycle and participate in campaigns of CPGs. We have now one with Walmart, Nestlé, and P&G.
Just a follow-up question from monsapo. Why are you going the franchise model route? You mentioned that earlier. You didn't go expand into it, but essentially you're creating these facilities and then there'll be franchises.
Actually, we want to tap into 2 different markets. We know that for the European market, the market of natural cleaning product is still saturated. So we'll be focusing on the B2B, so selling the modular plant to B2B companies like you said, McDo, Chain Accor, Ibis, etc. But in the MENA and the Arab region, there is no actual local brand doing so. So we are aiming to attract entrepreneurs who can take our project and open a franchise of our project, maybe in Saudi or in the UAE in the next couple of years. So we'll go in the franchising model in this area. So that's why we have 2 different strategies for 2 different geographic regions.
Thank you. Yeah, over to you.
My question is also for Ecolana. I was wondering how you're planning your expansion plan, knowing that different countries recycle the same materials in a different way.
Can you explain me the question as?
Each country has a different infrastructure to recycle the same material. So, for example, plastic is in one country is recycled as all plastic. Another country might recycle plastic as soft plastic and hard plastic, and so that is.
Yes, what we are going to do is upload all the collection centers that are in each country. So it's different in each country what it's recycled, and also we're partnering with brands. For example, Tetra Pak want us to go to Peru and Colombia to do the same thing with the infrastructure that each country have, and also paid by the CPGs. But we also have to invest in going there and know how is all the infrastructure of recycling in each country. But it depends on each country and will depend on how's the country.
Okay, over here to the
Hi,
right.
so congratulations for the presentation and for ecorbio. My question is, basically you mentioned that your patent is ongoing. How confident you feel is going to be accepted? And then the second one, what happens if it's not accepted? Then is it going to change your roadmap, or just to clearly understand, your path?
Yeah, thanks. So we've got an initial positive response from the first screening, so we're pretty positive that it will go through. We're collaborating, and it's a UK patent, but we hope to expand that later. But just to answer your second question, if it doesn't go through, we probably will change our strategy a bit. It will rule out, obviously, the franchising path, but our very first approach was to have our own facility to demonstrate it in the first place, to test the market and show the traction. So it will change us down the line, but not our immediate next steps.
Why a UK patent? Because the first move to the market is going to be UK, or?
One of them, but it's also, we found a more convenient place to patent things. So, but happy to take this forward.
Wonderful. Gentleman in the middle, I thought you had another
I'm a little
question.
bit puzzled about the British patents, as the European community is a much bigger market, and you based yourself in the European community. If I'm not mistaken, Cyprus is still part of the European community. And
wonderful topic for the networking area later.
And why are you not targeting Europe first?
Well, just to kind of reiterate, I'm myself based in the UK. So that's part of it, but not the whole story. I mean, obviously patents take time, so this was started a long time ago. But just to answer, we are going to enter Europe as our first market, South Europe to be specific, but it's just a good mechanism for us.
I want to take the freedom as the moderator to ask you, Ananta, a question. I read in your slides as I was preparing for today that you get the batteries to regenerate to an unbelievable level of something like 90% of their original capacity. Can you just say one or two more things about how you do that? Because I was like, really? If that's possible, why isn't this happening everywhere? So
It is possible, and I was really amazed when I heard about it myself and when I saw it happen. So batteries drop down to about 60 or 70%, and the regeneration is done with a machine which is this big, 250 kilos, costs about 25K. We can use this with smaller chargers as well, but the electricity has to be passed at a very high voltage at very short intervals, and it's a certain algorithm that breaks, because it's a physical process. The crystals along the lead plates, you send electricity through it, it crumbles it down, it dissolves, and then the battery the electrons can kind of move in freely. Now I get too deep into physics when I'm talking about this, but it's a beautiful process that happens within the battery, and you regenerate it once, twice, you've got it until 95%, you can use it for another 4 years.
Awesome.
And you can keep doing this until the battery is gone for about 12 to 15 years, in some cases 20 years. And with one of our strategic investors who's also a battery manufacturer, this could really change the game. So we're pretty excited about it.
Wonderful.
But yeah, it will become mainstream in another 5 or 10 years, but that's
I hope it will. Thank you so much.